Now we are going to understand the last process of mechanism of respiration, that is cellular respiration. Now we know that there are two main parts of respiration in human beings, that includes breathing, that is exchange of gases, and the oxygen which we take in. That oxygen is required to break down the respiratory substrate at the cellular level. Now here the respiratory substrate is glucose, and this glucose in the cell is broken down to release energy. Now in lower classes you have studied the processes like glycolysis, then Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, These processes, they occur at the cellular level, and these processes help to break the respiratory substrate and to release heat energy from it. Now this process of cellular respiration can be shown in two simple steps. First is oxidation. Now here in this process what happens? The complex organic substances are broken down into simple inorganic substances, or you can say molecules, inorganic molecules. Complex organic molecules are broken down into simple inorganic molecules to release energy, heat energy. So, in oxidation process, the complex organic molecules are broken down into simple inorganic molecules to release heat energy. Now here, as we know, at the cell level, the respiratory substrate is glucose. So here, this glucose, that is C6H12O6, this is glucose. This glucose combines with oxygen. Now it combines with oxygen here. This means that this is an oxidation reaction. So here it combines with oxygen to give 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of H2O, that is water. Here we will write down carbon dioxide, and this is water, and 686 kilocalories of heat energy. So here in oxidation what happens? The glucose combines with oxygen to give 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, and 686 kilocalories of heat energy. Now here the heat energy is released. This heat energy is released over here. Now the second step of cellular respiration, that is phosphorylation. Now in this process, in this step, what happens? This heat energy is trapped in the form of high molecule bond or high bond of molecule, that is ATP. This heat energy is trapped into high energy bond of ATP. So here what happens? The ADP, it combines with inorganic phosphate molecule. Inorganic phosphate to give ATP. Sorry, this ATP, it combines with inorganic phosphate in the presence of 7.3 kilocalories of energy to give ATP molecules. So here this ADP, adenosine diphosphate, it combines with one more phosphate, that is inorganic phosphate, in the presence of 7.3 kilocalories of energy, with the help of 7.3 kilocalories of energy to give ATP molecule. And this ATP molecule, it is a high energy molecule. In this ATP, the heat energy is trapped. So this ATP, it is used for doing the most important processes of life. This ATP is used to perform important processes of life, and that is why, because of this ATP molecule is called as the energy currency, and hence the ATP molecule is called as energy currency. So these are the two steps involved in the cellular respiration. First is oxidation. Oxidation, what happens? Complex organic molecules are broken down into simple inorganic molecules to release heat energy. And this heat energy is further used in the second step. It is trapped into a high energy molecule, that is ATP. So here what happens in oxidation? Our respiratory substrate is broken down into simple inorganic molecules. Respiratory substrate here is glucose. This glucose is combined with oxygen, or oxidation occurs over here, and 6 molecules of carbon dioxide are given out, 6 molecules of water are given out, along with 686 kilocalories of heat energy. And in phosphorylation, what happens? Heat energy, the heat energy which was given out in oxidation process, this heat energy is trapped into high energy bond of ATP molecules. So ADP here, adenosine diphosphate, it has 2 phosphate molecules, one more phosphate molecule is added. So in the presence of 7.3 kilocalories of energy, or 7.3 kilocalories energy is used to combine the inorganic phosphate with the adenosine diphosphate to form the adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP. It is a high energy molecule, and this ATP is used to perform the important processes of life, and therefore this ATP molecule is called as a energy currency. Now this, here we have completed the process of respiration, all the processes, all the steps of the respiration process. Let us revise it in short. So this is the process of respiration. It was started from the lungs. In the lungs, when the exchange of gases takes place, it was called as breathing, that is inspiration and expiration. So from the lungs, when we inhale the oxygen, that oxygen, when we inspire the oxygen, that oxygen is further transferred to alveoli. From the alveoli, it is further transported to RBCs. From RBCs, the oxygen is transported to tissues, and from tissues to the cells. And here in the cellular level, the oxygen is used for the breaking down of glucose, and carbon dioxide is released. As we saw here, carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide are given out. So this carbon dioxide from the cells, it is taken to the tissues. From the tissues, it is given to the RBCs. From RBCs, it is given to the alveoli. And from alveoli, through the lungs, it is given out, or it is expired out or exhaled out. So here the process of respiration that occurs in the lungs is called as breathing, that is inspiration, and expiration, it occurs in lungs. Now the process which occurs from alveoli to RBCs, that is called as external respiration. The process that occurs from RBCs to the tissues, that is called as internal respiration. Internal respiration has two types of transport: transport of oxygen, transport of carbon dioxide. And the process which happens from the tissues to the cell level, that is called as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration includes two steps: oxidation and phosphorylation. So this is the process of respiration.